Good morning, students. As we have started with the chemistry second chapter, that is acids, bases, and salts. So, in our previous videos, we have studied that what is the meaning of acids and bases, few properties of the acids and bases. So, today let us learn still more about acids and bases. So, about acids and bases, today we are going to learn is what do all acids and bases have in common? This we are going to discuss with the help of the experiment. So after that, the conclusion I am telling, then we will check out how it happens. The conclusion is there is a glowing of the bulb. That indicates that there is a flow of electric current through the solution. So the electric current is carried through the solution by ions. Means solution, when they will dissociate into ions, there is a flow of current. How it happens, that all we are going to discuss now. Yes, let us understand what do acids have in common. To understand this concept, let us take some examples of the acids first. So here is a list of few acids. The acids like the first one as a hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, methanoic acid or formic acid, oxalic acid, acetic acid and carbonic acid. So what common you find in these words, students? So there is a common suffix, that is acid, in all the examples. Acid suffix is common in all these examples. So if you take the chemical formula of these common acids, HCl, H2SO4, HNO3. So what is common in this? Hydrogen is common. Their suffix acid is common. Here the hydrogen is common. It may be one hydrogen or it may be two or three. Right? So what do acids have in common? We can say the suffix acid they are having common and one or more hydrogen atoms. See, HCl is having one hydrogen atom, H2SO4 is having two hydrogen atom. So these are common in that. How they will divide in the water? They will divide or dissociate as H plus, nothing but that is called cation, and a Cl minus as a anion, right? So what do acids have common in? That is acid and word acid and hydrogen atoms. Many chemists have studied about the acids and bases. Here one of the scientists called Arrhenius, he studied about the acids and bases. So that is called as Arrhenius concept for defining acids. In his own way, he has defined the acids and bases. So according to him, the substances which dissociate in aqueous solution. See, the word aqueous we have underlined, students, because it is very important. Only in presence of water acids can dissociate to give the hydrogen ion. Hydrogen ion nothing but the protons, we are representing it as a H plus. So this happens only in presence of the water, aqueous solution. So an Arrhenius acid, if you take, it increases the concentration of hydrogen ion in presence of the water, right? As you put the acids in the water, it increases the concentration of hydrogen ions. Let us understand by taking an example. HCl aqueous is there in the bracket, nothing but we are going to put the acid in the water. It will dissociate into H plus and a Cl minus. Yes, H plus is going to produce. Let us take one more example, H2SO4, sulfuric acid, aqueous nothing but when you put it in the water, it will dissociate into H plus and SO4 minus 2. Here two hydrogen are there, so it has come as 2H plus. Yes, the hydrogen ion or proton what has produced in the water, it is quite unstable, so it combines with the surrounding water molecules and it will form the hydronium ion. H plus plus H2O gives H3O plus. H3O plus is the hydronium ion. So he explains Arrhenius like this about the acids. HCl gives H plus and Cl minus. It is a easier way. The H plus will continue its process, that it will react with the water to form the hydronium ion. So these are the equations about the hydronium ion. So what do bases have in common? So if you consider the bases, let us consider few examples like sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, aluminum hydroxide and ammonium hydroxide. So their chemical formulas, if you take NaOH, OH, KOH, see, check out all the examples. What is common here? It may be NaOH, MgOH twice, whatever it is. The common one is OH minus is common. So what conclusion we can come, students? The suffix hydroxide is present in the bases, as well as one or more hydroxide groups are present. So this is common in case of the bases. Like acids, Arrhenius he explained, he defined about the bases also. So bases are substances which dissociate in aqueous solution in water to give the hydroxide ions, OH minus ions they will produce. So those are considered as Arrhenius bases. So Arrhenius base is anything that increases the concentration of hydroxide ions in the water. See the example, you have taken NaOH. Aqueous means when it is dissolved in the water, what you are getting, students? Na plus and OH minus. Another example, KOH, same thing, when you put it in the water, K plus and OH minus. So a base that dissolves in water is known as alkali. All the bases will not dissolve in the water, students. Which one will dissolve? Those bases are called as alkalis. These are the examples. NaOH, KOH, CaOH twice. So these are all the examples. So all alkalis are bases, but all the bases are not alkalis. Next one. What do all acids and all the bases have in common then? Acids release H plus ions when dissolved in the water, right? What about the bases? Bases will release OH minus ions when dissolved in the water. So what they have? They have a tendency to conduct electric current in the aqueous solution. Acids and bases conduct electricity when dissolved in water. Let us understand this with the help of an activity. For this we require one rubber cork with two iron nails. Take one beaker and keep this rubber cork and iron nail in that. Arrange the electric circuit with the help of battery, bulb and the switch. In the beaker, now we are going to take the dilute hydrochloric acid, HCl. So what happens? It will dissociate into H plus and Cl minus. To understand this, you can see there the bulb is glowing, right? So repeat this experiment by taking dilute sulfuric acid, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide and a calcium hydroxide. In all these cases, the bulb is glowing. Nothing but they are dissociating. That is what we can understand, right? So two examples of HCl and H2SO4 you have taken. Those are the acids. Bases like NaOH, KOH, CaOH twice are there. So these bases will dissociate into plus, means whichever the metal plus and the OH minus. So the same one you can understand with the help of the chemical formulae, H plus, right? So you can find the production of H plus. So compounds such as glucose and alcohol also contain hydrogen, but are not categorized as the acids. Why? Let us understand again by repeating the same experiment. See, glucose solution, what is the formula? C6H12O6, as you know, right? And take the example of the alcohol, which is also alcohol, nothing but we'll take the ethanol, which is also called ethyl alcohol, formula C2H5OH. So do you think glucose, if it is dissolved in the water, it will dissociate into H plus ion, or alcohol by dissolving in the water it will dissociate into OH minus ion? No. So that no, let us understand by conducting or repeating the same experiment just now what we did. What is that? By taking rubber cork, iron nail, beaker, fix the electric circuit. Now in the beaker you are going to take the glucose solution first. Okay, do you find the bulb is glowing? No. Remove the glucose solution, take the alcohol. Now check out, there is no glowing of the bulb. Means although glucose and alcohol are having the hydrogen, but they are not dissociating into H plus and OH minus. So these are not the acids or not the bases. That we can understand with this experiment. Students, just now we discussed what is common between acids and bases, how they are able to conduct the electricity. The same concept we are going to learn by conducting an experiment. So in the picture you can see there are two jars. The first jar where you can see the finger of that person, so that is having the hydrochloric acid, one jar with the sodium hydroxide. So there are two graphite rods, there is a battery, switch and the bulb. We are going to arrange the electric circuit. Just go through the experiment, students. Yes. So take the two graphite rods, connect it to the bulb, switch, battery. Take the two graphite rods. Electric circuit is arranged on the battery. Put it in a jar that is having the liquid hydrochloric acid. What you can say there, see there, bulb is glowing, means it is dividing as H plus and Cl minus. Take out the graphite rods, make them dry with the help of a filter paper. Dip these two in the second solution, that is sodium hydroxide, NaOH. Yes, you can see that again the bulb is glowing, means even this solution is conducting and it is dividing as a H plus Na plus and OH minus. So both can conduct the electricity, acidic solution and basic solution. So when you dip it in the acid, what happens? You are going to get as H plus ions and a negative ion. Bases have a hydroxide ion and a positive ion. So movement of these ions H plus and OH minus, that helps to conduct the electricity. So this we can understand with this experiment. Throughout this experiment we have learned that acids and bases, they will react only in presence of water. So now we are going to learn what happens to an acid or a base in absence of water. We are going to discuss. Students, throughout this experiment we have discussed that only in presence of water acids and bases will show their behavior. If you are going to put the acid or base in the water, you are going to get the ions as H plus or OH minus, but not in absence of water. So let us study the acids or bases show acidic and basic behavior only in a aqueous solution. This we will discuss now with the help of an activity. For this activity you are going to take one test tube, as you can see in the diagram, right? And what you have in the test tube, you have taken sodium chloride, okay, and you are going to fix one rubber cork, delivery tube, and there you kept one burner. Let us study this activity. Okay, yes. So sodium chloride salt you have taken in the test tube. Slowly you are going to add the concentrated sulfuric acid H2SO4 into the test tube. As you add the sulfuric acid and heat the burner, you can see there is a release of the gas vapors. Down there is one equation, students. NaCl plus concentrated H2SO4, when they react, you are going to get the HCl, hydrochloric acid, plus NaHSO4 forms. Here the gas liberating is HCl vapors. Okay, so you want to test, as we know already hydrochloric acid it is, so we want to test whether it is acid. So to test that, you are going to take one dry litmus paper, blue colored dry litmus paper you are going to take and hold it to the vapors. What happens? Do you find any color change? No color change, because you have taken the dry litmus paper. Now take one wet litmus paper, bring it to the vapors. What happens? The blue color will change into red. So with this we can understand that acids will show their acidic behavior in presence of water. If water is there, if it is aqueous solution, easily they can split out into ions, that we can observe. So in presence of H hydrogen atoms or OH groups does not make a substance an acidic or basic respectively. Okay, substances act as acidic or basic only in the water. Water helps in separating the ions from an acid or base. So if they are releasing H plus or OH minus ions, then we are going to call them as acids or bases respectively. If only hydrogen atom or OH group is there, we are not calling them as acids or bases. So HCl, when you are going to put it in the water, it will form into hydronium ion H3O plus plus Cl minus. So with this activity, what we can understand, students? Only in presence of water, that is aqueous solution, it may be the acid or base, they can show their behavior. Few questions are here, students, just try to solve it. Answers of these questions, students. End of the video, I have given few questions, students. Try to solve without seeing. Beside that, I have given the answers also. Then solve it, check it out, and write these question answers in the class notes. And remaining will continue in our next session. Okay, thank you.